Hi, my name is Cinderella, and you are listening to It's All Relative. Yes, that's a pun, it's intended. So basically, this podcast is a journey, not so personal, but it is in some way, that we'll have and we'll take a quick dip, I promise, not a dive, into the psyche of being human. The podcast will include three main elements. The first one is the self relationship, and I'm not sure if it's a term that people use, but I decided to use it because if you would, from my experience, if you would like to have a healthy relationship with other people, you need to start to have a healthy relationship with yourself. And yourself at the end of the day is the one person that you've been living with since you were born. So in this element, we will be talking about self-discovery, self-development, self-healing. We'll bring in the psychology aspect. Of course, this will be one of the main elements that we'll be talking about and addressing any subject for it. The other element that we'll be bringing in is relationships, all other types of relationships. So now that we have discussed the inward relationship, we'll be discussing as well the one that's outside yourself. And usually when someone hears the word relationship, they'll be like, relationship? What do you mean? Well, surprise, surprise, relationship can be in all elements in your life. And relationships, any interactions, in my opinion, is a kind of relationship. It's an exchange of energy. Bonding is an element of relationship sometimes. Exchange of pain is a relationship. Exchange of sex is a relationship as well. So let's put it this way, that we will be discovering all other elements beside your personal relationship. So it might be romantic, friendship, new relationship with your family, work relationships, or otherwise other relationships that people don't put title to. But anyway, this is the second element that we'll be discussing. And the third, we'll be talking about sex. And we're talking about sex when it comes to self-discovery, when it comes to sex and cultures. We'll be talking about sex openly and freely. This is a very safe and free space to suggest and talk about sex. I understand that in my society, in my community, talking about sex is not something that is comfortable, but I'm planning on doing it anyway. The podcast will be in Arabic and in English, which means that I'll be recording the episode once in Arabic and once in English. This is when I'm flying solo, but if I'm bringing in someone, it will be based on their language, and I'll be doing the translation. This is my plan, and hopefully I'll stick to it. So these are the main elements, and this is how the podcast will go. You might find me talk about poetry, and the poems that I'll be selecting, or the songs that I might be selecting, will be relationship oriented. I might ruin some of the songs for you. I honestly will have fun ruining it for you, because they're ruined for me now that I know what I know. I'll dissect them psychologically, and we will see where it goes. You might even suggest some songs for me to dissect and ruin, which I'll really appreciate. Now, let me tell you that the duration of the episode will be maximum of 20 minutes. One of the main elements of why I'm planning it to have it like 20 minutes is the short attention span that some of us might be having, including me. So shout out to all Dories out there, me included. I started having a short attention span when I created my account on Twitter back in 2009. And I love you, Twitter, but you ruined it. You ruined it for me. Like, I need to have a carrot and stick in order for me to finish a book or finish a paper when I'm studying or reading something. So yeah, I'll try to keep it at 20 minutes to keep you engaged. Okay, so tune in and I'll make you laugh, make you ponder and think. Maybe I'll inspire you to dance. But above all, I promise you this, I'll make you feel. And that's it. As I always tell myself, I'll tell you now, stay present. And yeah.